Hey, how's it going? So today I'm just going to be showing you how to more efficiently flip on the Bazaar. And so first we're going to begin by showing you the stash. And you may or may not already know, but if you type slash use stash, now you can type the item one, which will bring up this, where I just have, you can ignore these, but where you can store up to 720 items in your stash. And if you go past that, it'll start deleting them, so make sure you do not hit that limit. And the other one is the material stash, where it stores many materials. And this one's infinite, so you don't have to worry about, like you can see I have a couple million hardstone left in here. And you'll mainly be using this one as well, unless you're flipping things like hot potato bucks or other items like it. But so the useful thing about these stashes, in particular the material one, is that you can store items, but then you can also fill them into your sacks, which is very, very useful. Because then, for example, when I go to the bazaar, you'll notice I have a ton of items here. Some are full, some are not, but you can see that it's full. For example, if I wanted to make a buy order of these, 1,000 of them, I have too many orders, I can't do it. However, so what I can do instead of crafting these right away by clicking on them, and well, I don't have my compactor here to compact them, it's much quicker to right click on them, and you can only do this on the ones that say 100%. You right click on them, you can't cancel them, so you have to flip the order, and you'll want to select a number that's higher than what the lowest is. And so it'll pop up here at the top, and you can click on it and you can cancel the order. And now you have a free slot to set another order up like so. So then you can continually be filling up orders over time. This is more useful if you have items that fill up really fast, like hardstone or glaciite or like mithril. So once you do that, you can then go to your stash. Now I have a keybind to do that, and my keybinds for that are in SkyTool. So when I do /st, I can go here, and you can see I have the /view stash material. I also have the bazaar, and we'll get into what these slash recipes are in a second. But when I hit 3 on the number pad, it brings up my view stash, and then you can see this is where my mithril went. I can then insert it into the sacks, so it's in a couple of these sacks right now. And so then what I can do is I can actually, so you'll notice that when I go in here, you can see the mithril, I have 70,000. Another useful thing is you don't have to have the sacks in your inventory. If I go here and I put them all in here, you can see I still can hold 200,000, so that doesn't change. So you only have to have one sack out as long as you have all your other sacks in your sack of sacks. And so the useful thing is you can then supercraft your items into their enchanted versions. And you might be wondering, well, why is that useful? Well, it just allows you to craft things so much quicker. Now, you will need to have VIP in order to do this, so unfortunately, if you do not have VIP, you won't be able to use this. However, you can still send your items from your stash into your sacks, which is still quite useful, especially if you're trying to have more items fill up on the bazaar without having to actually keep on clicking here, because I know that can get pretty annoying. So to talk a bit about the Supercraft, first, to get there, you'll have to type a slash and recipe, and you'll have to input the name of the item you want to craft. In this case, it is the enchanted mithril. So we'll go there, it'll bring up the enchanted mithril, then we will left click on this, and it'll show you how to craft it, what materials you'll need, and this pickaxe over here, when you left click on it, it'll be able to craft one. So you'll see the number 443, that's the amount you can craft, these enchanted mithrils. So if I click on it once, it'll just say, it'll craft one, and it'll go down to 442. Now the quicker way to do this is just right click on this, so you can input the amount you want to craft, and then you just type in whatever that amount says in parentheses. So in this case it's 442. So we'll click that, and then boom, and we've crafted everything, and it went right into our enchanted mining sack. And then we can just take this, we can bring it out. Now I had a couple more in there from before, and since it's mithril, we'll want to be selling it to the NPC like so. So that's mainly how you'll be using Supercraft, and like I said before in SkyTills, that's why I have many of these different items that have different slash recipes, so I can just come here, click on them, and more easily craft them. One point I do want to let you know is that go to your Skyblock menu, go to storage. When you're trying to craft things such as hot potato books, you'll actually need paper, and it's kind of annoying to have to hold it in your inventory, because then that also slows down how many you can actually craft at once. So you can actually keep it in your storage, and then you can craft it in here. Yeah, and the annoying thing about it as well is that you can only craft it one at a time, but it's still a pretty good flip. So one other thing to note, especially if you're selling to the NPCs, that it does have a 200 mil coin sell limit. So I just want you to be aware that if you're selling to the NPC, that they do have a limit every day. But that's kind of the gist of the tips here, mainly talking about the view stash, inserting things to sacks, and combining that with Supercraft and such as these items here. So that'll be all for now. I'm gonna have a couple more tips, a couple more video with tips down the road. So yeah, that'll be all for today probably. So like or subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next time.